Why you may need to stay away from friends who laugh at you just because you want to get married or you express the desire to get married. Girl, let me tell you the truth. The truth is that life is full of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And people go through a lot in life for, so many different reasons. Sometimes we go through very tough times to prepare us for the days ahead, okay? And so you can never ever be in a space where you want to run your own life upon the destiny and fate of another person. Sometimes we tend to hang around with friends who have gone through different phases of life, different challenges in different dimensions. And because they have been hurt, they have been, destroyed, and a lot of bad things have happened to those people. They now make it seem as if that is all about life. And most times, young women go through different experiences in relationships. And these experiences are most times not good experiences. If I may use the word, they are not palatable experiences. And so, because you're very close to this friend, the friend develops this disposition for men, and she says that men are terrible, men are bad, you can never trust a man, and all of that. Now that friend begins to stay away from men, like she doesn't want to have anything to do with a man, and she uses that experience that she has had to destroy every other thing that comes in her future. Now, because you're very close to this friend, you begin to do the same thing that she is doing. Then if you do that to yourself as a person, that would be a disservice to yourself. And that was why I started by saying you can never run your own life upon the fate and experiences of other people. You can never run your own destiny upon the fate and experiences of other people. Let's go back to what this is about. Now, you find out that sometimes the reason why a lot of young women out there are unmarried today is because they are keeping too many friends who think they have a right to speak into your life, friends who think they have a right to make decisions for you, and that is because you have allowed them. Now, man number A comes, he is unwealthy. Man number B comes, he cannot speak well. Man number C comes, he doesn't wear good shoes, he doesn't wear good shirt. Man number man D comes, he does not come from a good family, and all of that. Then you have all of these friends who are analyzing the situation for you. And these things are called analysis paralysis. There's always a problem, there's always a reason why you should not pick A, you should not pick B. But one thing you do not realize is that this grace is not going to be there for you like this forever. As a woman, you're like a flower. As each year passes, that flower begins to dim. The next year it dims further, the next year it dims further. It's important for you to know that there is a window of time for which you need to pick a spouse. And if these spouses are coming, or men are coming and proposing to you, you keep rejecting them, a time comes when it begins to become difficult and difficult and difficult. And the older you get, the more difficult it becomes for some people. I'm not saying generally. And so what I am saying is that never you put yourself in a space where you allow other people make fundamental decisions for you, like decision that has to do with who you settle down with. It's important for you to know that some blessings will come in disguise. Yeah, he may not be wearing a Gucci shirt, he may not be driving in the latest Prado, he may not be driving in the latest Mercedes Benz, but there is something in that man that is going to make a statement in your life. Now, when you are much younger, you see things from a completely different perspective. perspective is all about how he looks, how he speaks, how he attends to you, and all of that. But when you grow older, you begin to see things from a wider perspective. Now, allow people who have experiences to help you, to guide you. Because one of the most difficult things that can happen to you is not to have somebody in your life who is able to counsel you and guide you towards the right path in life. Now, welcome back to my channel. Now, it is relationship, chat with Laram. Now, is indeed not perfect, and you are not perfect. The other person you want to end up with, or the person you are with today, your spouse, can never be perfect. You know why? Because life itself is never perfect. One of the worst decisions we can make in life is to sit back and begin to think that there will be a time where things will be perfect for every one of us. It's important to know that the homes you see out there, those who have been in relationships for 50 years, 60 years, it's not they are not in that relationship because it's been perfect all the way. It's because they have been able to analyze situation. They have been able to weigh their costs, their pros and cons, and cost benefit analysis have been analyzed very, very well. Okay, and so now if you are in a space where you think that you're going to get married and run into one beautiful marriage where it will be bunnies and roses all the time, like everything will be sweet all the time, then let me tell you something, you are being delusional. I have seen where a lot of people will tell you marriage is so sweet, and there's nothing. No, there is no marriage that is void of problems and disagreements. Sometimes you get angry, sometimes your husband gets angry, and all of that. But in all, this is what brings about that sweetness in a relationship. And just like life itself is full of ups and downs. Okay, sometimes it's beautiful, the other time it's not as beautiful as much, and other times it's almost stable, the other time it's not stable. These are all the dynamics of life, and is there also in relationships, in marriages. Now, going back to what this topic is about, I told you something. If you are in a space where your friends are laughing at you, or your friends are dragging you because you feel the need, because there is this eagerness in you to settle down, then you need to cut off from those friends. Now, it is a different thing when a friend said, look, you don't need to be too desperate. You need to take your time and pick a spouse. That is different from when a friend begins to tell you that, look, do not show a desperation. You don't need to get married. You can do it without the man. Will anything happen to you? You need to know that you can do it for yourself without a man. See, let me tell you something. This is what you get from the mainstream women in the mainstream society. Every day you hear, yes, I can do it without a man. We can do it without a man, happily single and all of that. You may not really understand what this is about, but if I tell you that anybody who is a woman who is telling you that it's okay for you to be single and you can do it without a man just because you have got money, you've got a good job and all of that, is telling you the right thing, I tell you the truth, that person is telling you a very, very wrong thing. That person is not being fair to you. That person wants to drain you of life, because that is what is going to happen to you. Now, I'm going to go back to this word, Genesis chapter 6, verse 16. To the woman, he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Now, right there, your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. It's a curse. Just like Adam sinned and Eve sinned, and we are bearing the bonds of those sins. Now, if anybody will tell you as a woman man that because you have money, because you fly around the world, because you have the best vacations, and because you have every beautiful thing that life would ever have, given to anyone, you will be happy without a spouse. I want to tell you that that person is lying to you. Yes, we do understand that there are women who have lost their spouses. I understand that there are women who have not been able to get married. Yes, as long as you're comfortable in that space, it's okay. But if you are having this burning desire to want to be with a man, and people are telling you that because you have all the beautiful things of life, you do not need a man in you, with you, then they are lying to you. Remember, you're not going to remain young. You're going to start growing old. And when loneliness sets in, you begin to appreciate this word that you are hearing today. Now, it is easier to make a decision on where you want to be, who you want to spend your life with, when you have less friends around you who think that they have the right to make or to speak into your life, because now this is between you and that person you want to be with. Do not let people make you get to a space where you want to run your own personal destiny upon their own faiths and experiences. I really hope that this is able to bring value to you. I'm going to, get back to you. Please, should you like this channel, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much.